It's another lady of the house kind of day, and today I have the setup and the decor of this French-inspired green bedroom for my middle daughter. Welcome back, ladies. I am so pleased to share the way that this room turned out. This was the whole reason for all of the renovations happening, was this bedroom. Now, this is a much smaller bedroom than, well, is it smaller? I think it's actually a little bigger than my office in some ways, but it is one of the smaller bedrooms, and it does not have a closet in here. That was not something that we were going to, take up the space for. I am a lover of wardrobes, and I would much prefer to have a wardrobe over a built-in closet, but that's just me. And I like the limited space, but the fact that everything has a place when it comes to a wardrobe. So they appeal to me, and I am on the hunt for one for this room. I think even one that is similar to the one that I have in my bedroom, just the wardrobe itself, the one with drawers. I think that something that size would be great in here because it could go in so many different places. Right now, what we have is a rack for all of her dresses. Now, she has other places that she is going to be putting all of her clothes, or that she does put all of her clothing. We have those bins, which I found at Walmart, and I shared that in yesterday's video, those acrylic bins, so those easily slide under her bed. And then we also have a lot of other bins that, she puts different things in, and all of that can go under her bed. And then she also has this little chest of drawers that is like a wicker chest of drawers, and that was one that my mom found at a yard sale and purchased for me. I've used it for various things, and then before my daughter moved out of her bedroom, she was using this anyway. So this just was a natural, transition to come into this bedroom. But one of the things that I think is very nice about putting things catty corner is that you can use that space for something else. You can put something else behind it. So sometimes you might put a lamp or something like that behind there, but for this rack of clothes, I wanted to kind of cut down on there being too many things out in this space. So I ended up putting her laundry hamper behind that rack of clothing. So the clothing, all of the dresses, definitely conceal it, but it's still very accessible for her, and she's able to move that rack very easily. And so when it comes time for her to do her laundry, it's something that isn't an issue. Now, yesterday, or I should say in yesterday's video, you probably saw two different setups. You saw the clothing rack, I think it was in the middle, the wicker chest of drawers in the corner next to the desk, and that mirror behind the door. So that is how I originally thought that it would look good set up in here. But then after some time, I thought, it's kind of messy to just walk in and to see the clothes out, and also just that piece in the corner. I don't know, it just kind of felt out of balance. So one of the things that I wanted to do was switch, well, I guess it's not switching, but put the mirror in the corner next to the window, which one of the reasons I had it behind the door was because I thought that it would be great to reflect the light coming in the window, and then it would kind of add a window. But I later realized that putting that mirror in the corner there did a wonderful job of just making this space feel so much bigger, and it reflects the bed, the beautiful bed and the nightstand, and especially with how it's placed within this room. And so when you walk in here, that's the beautiful sight that you see. And then the clothes, while they do look nice, it is out of the way. It's not the first thing that you see when you walk into the room. It's behind the door. And this is a really big reason why this, to me, was so important, to get that door away from the wall, just how you would normally see a door in a room. Of course, it is something that my mom suggested, but I always feel that there is some extra space that can be utilized in a room. Instead of having a really long wall, sometimes it's nice to break that wall up. I even felt that out in the hallway itself, just having that wall broken up and it not being one long wall that you have to figure out what are you going to put on that wall. I mean, that's already an issue that I have been dealing with, as you know, over in my living room area. So anyway, breaking this up made it possible to utilize this space behind the door. And if that's something that you do have, you have like a little wall behind the door, you can definitely utilize that space for something. So that's what we're using that space for. And then moving down just a little bit, we have that chest, that little chest of wicker drawers here. And so she uses that to organize socks and undergarments and just, you know, all the little things that she might need. And then on top of that, I have a little tray there that has her perfumes and also just some little jewelry pieces that she likes to keep. So just having a place for those things. I kind of feel like this whole section over here is her dressing room or her dressing area. And then of course she has this beautiful mirror, which, you know, one of the things that we don't often think about maybe is even the way the light is coming in and affecting the way that we see ourselves in the mirror. So actually, with it being next to the window, all of that light is showing on her outfit so she can see it clearly instead of being backlit. So I think that that is a good feature about having this mirror in the corner here. Now, while this mirror I wouldn't say is French, it has elements of French design to it. I think it's more along the lines of, I forgot the word for it, but it's a different kind of style, but it still has some of that French design to it. Maybe it's the wood, that whitewashed wood, that it looks like it just looks like something else to me, but it still has those elements of French design. And it's a long body mirror that I just think is beautiful. No matter where I have put it in this home, I feel that it has looked really good, but I just really think that it fits so well in this space. Now, moving on around, we have this big picture window, which I did not change any of the drapes that are on it. I just wanted to leave everything the way that it was. I think that it works really well with this paint color. If you will remember, since this was the family room, the TV room before, these were the curtains that I had on this window, and I just liked it with the paint color, which we did not change that. And I think that it flows well, even though it's more of like a blue-green kind of color. I think that just with the light coming through, it looks beautiful. And so anyway, one of the ways that I am kind of using this desk is as a tie back for these curtains. So I have these curtains spread across the rod, and then I just have them open slightly and using this small desk, which my daughter did paint when she was about to move into this room. And the paint color is the same paint color as the nightstand in my room that my other daughter painted. And it's also the same color as what I painted the laundry room. And then I just ended up putting these beautiful swans on the middle and this little faux floral arrangement that has some greenery in it on the top. I ended up gilding the handles on it. I gilded the faux key. It just looks beautiful to me. So at first I didn't have anything on there, but since then I have done that, and I just love the detail that comes out whenever you gild anything. And then also at the base I did those as well for the little feet. So overall, when you walk into this space, it just looks beautiful. This picture window with this really pretty desk here, definitely French style, and then along with this chair. So this chair that I'm actually sitting in right now, I have tried to paint, and then I had plans on recovering it, but I haven't yet. But one of the things that you can do to still utilize a chair that maybe it doesn't look its best is just to put a throw over it, and it just kind of changes the whole look of it. So I think it also makes it a lot more comfortable. So I have this beautiful soft bluish green throw over it, and then a green pillow as well, and it just looks so pretty together, and especially up against this white blush desk. And then now moving on to the left of that, my husband hung up this floating shelf for her. One of the things that she just envisioned for her bedroom was to have some floating shelves. So I am on the lookout for more of those because I used the other two in the living room. But I know that she does want more of those, but for now this one will do. So I ended up putting this faux plant that was in my mom's tiny house in here, and she actually suggested that I put it in my living room, so I did that first, and I just love it. It looks great. But I also wanted to add some greenery in here, but nothing in here could be real because of the kind of windows that are in here. They don't let any UV light in, so and I've tested it out with some other plants in here. Anything that is real dies. So anyway, what's on there is fake. And so I just think that it looks really good up there though, just the way that the greenery kind of hangs down. I will be on the lookout to put something very similar in my living room on one of those floating shelves as well. I actually think that I found that at Walmart a while ago. So anyway, something like that I will be on the lookout for. Then we have a corner shelf over there, and I have two of those. One of them is in the other bedroom, but she wanted a place to put her books and a couple of her little knickknacks, so that's what we have that for, and her journals, of course. And I think that it's a great way to just organize those things, but without it being too overwhelming. And then we have her bed. So as I said before, or maybe I didn't, but I did try putting this bed on that wall, and it just she didn't like it, number one, and I just don't think that it was the best thing to walk into. So we have it now on the same wall that the door is on, and it gives her plenty of space for this little nightstand right here, and then some extra room too. So it's not like you're walking into the nightstand. She has some extra space there. And then of course just a lamp and, you know, her little alarm clock, a little tray for her glasses, and some freshly cut flowers from the garden. Her bedding is from Ross, and this was something I shared in yesterday's video. It is by Simply Shabby Chic, or just Shabby Chic. I think everything came together so well. Even the desk playing off of kind of it to me really goes with those yellow roses because they are so muted within this bedding set here. Overall, I would have to say that this room really came together in such a lovely way, and I think that it's a beautiful space for her to just be in and to enjoy, and that's really what's important to me in all of this. I'm very grateful that my husband had the capability to put up this wall because it really transformed our whole home, and on many different levels, I feel. And so even for all of the girls being able to have their own rooms now, it means a lot to me for a number of reasons. I just think that growing up, I always just wanted to have my own space and to be able to do with my space as I pleased, and to just have something that was mine. And so giving this to her kind of feels like I'm doing for her what I really wanted for myself. And you know, eventually I got that as well before I moved out and everything, but it's just one of those moments that you always remember and that you cherish, especially if it was something that you didn't have for a long time. So our kids did have their own rooms for a time when we were in the home that we were in before this one, but then when we came here, all three of the girls were in one room. So I think even having that transition like that, I think it really makes them appreciate this in a way that, say, a kid that has always had their own room maybe really wouldn't appreciate the way that they could now. So I think that that alone makes them want to keep their space up well. It makes them just very grateful for such a space. I hope that you found some kind of inspiration through this video and through all the videos that I have been sharing, especially just to make use of what you have. And also, you know, when you do have the ability to do different things to upgrade, or, you know, something that is needed, that is something that you focus on, but you can still focus on making use of those things that you have still and making your space a beautiful one. Sometimes that just means a coat of paint, and it can completely transform everything. So thank you so much for being here. I really look forward to sharing more of this renovation with you, and I have the blue room to share next with you. But until next time, I hope that you all take care and have a beautiful day.